She's my wife. I can talk about her all I want. She's my wife. She's my wife. She's my wife. Well, looking at that video, that's my husband. That's my husband.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is once again at the center of public attention, and this time, it seems like trouble is brewing between her and Ken. If there's one thing the world has learned about Gypsy, it's that she doesn't sit quietly when things go wrong, she acts out. And right now, all signs point to another dramatic shift in her relationship. Rumors are swirling that Ken may have finally walked away for good, and Gypsy's recent online behavior only adds fuel to the fire. Lately, she has been putting herself out there in a way that feels deliberate, as if she is fishing for attention. But not just any attention, male attention. Her latest posts on X, formerly known as Twitter, seem to be sending a clear message. She wants to be seen, admired, and maybe even desired.
Oscar. If you guys know, you know who Oscar is. He does these great impressions of Ryan Anderson, Gypsy's husband.
One of her most talked about posts was an old picture of herself from before she got pregnant. In the photo, she is flaunting her cleavage and rocking a blown-out hairstyle, a look she has openly admitted was Ken's favorite on her. But she didn't stop there. She added a kiss emoji and a suggestive hashtag, making it hard to ignore the implications. At face value, it could have been nothing more than a simple throwback. But knowing Gypsy's track record, it's impossible not to read deeper into the subtext. Was she reminiscing about her past self?
Break up again? Gypsy took to her X account and posted some old pictures with hashtag Smegsy. This was before she announced that she would be shutting down the account and providing another link to follow her on.
Or was she strategically reminding Ken of what he had before she became a mother? Was this a way of seeking validation, trying to provoke jealousy, or reclaiming her identity outside of being a mother and partner? The reaction to her post was immediate. People questioned her motives, dissected the timing, and speculated about the state of her relationship. After all, why would a woman in a stable and happy relationship feel the need to put herself out there in such a way? And then, just as quickly as she posted it, she announced that she was deleting her X account. In its place, she introduced a new public profile, almost as if she was wiping the slate clean. But was this really about a fresh start, or was it another calculated move to stir up conversation and keep people talking? If so, was it an indirect message for Ken, or was she making a statement to the world that she was stepping into a new era?
Gypsy tends to do when things are not going well with a man. Remember when she told Nick Godejohn she wanted to meet up with Dan to hook up with them, presumably because Nick wasn't moving along as efficiently with Plan B, aka the unaliving, as she would have liked. There have been similar moments with Ryan and Ken, but with Ken, the most recent being...
This isn't the first time Gypsy has used social media to communicate what she might not be saying directly. Whenever there's trouble in paradise, she has her ways of expressing herself in ways that get people's attention. Just take her infamous TikTok live as an example, where she casually referred to Ryan as her husband right after videos surfaced of him dancing with other women. That one slip led to rampant speculation that Ken wasn't happy with her reaction, and sure enough, the two were seen spending less time together afterward. And then there was the viral TikTok soundbite she used, saying,
"Are out on the Twitters, the X. I don't know who did that. That's fair. Who did that? Who the hell did that? You put out Gypsy's oranges out on the Twitter and then said it was you. Well, wait, no, you put your Twitter. What the hell's happening?"
I know I have been a bad girl, but you have to be crazy not to take me back. At the time, people assumed it was directed at Ryan, but looking back, it was likely a message for Ken because right after that, he seemed to pull away. The two weren't seen together again until her baby shower when they made their grand reappearance as if nothing had ever happened. Gypsy has mastered the art of controlled speculation. She posts just enough to get people talking but never fully confirms anything.
I know they're hers because they're big. I'm telling you, it wasn't Gypsy who posted it, but that's Gypsy for sure. Seriously, I'm telling you, the only reason Ryan's was with Gypsy was because of those big oranges on the Twitter. I'm telling you, those are why. The knockers. Gypsy got the big old knockers. They gotta be hers, 1000%.
It's a pattern she followed when she was with Ryan, crafting an image of a strong relationship, only for things to unravel in real time. And now with Ken, she seems to be following the same playbook, except this time, the stakes are even higher. She isn't just navigating a breakup, she's shaping a new version of herself, one post at a time. Now, the situation has taken another unexpected turn. Gypsy has begun dropping hints that Ken may not have been the man people thought he was. She has subtly alluded to issues in their relationship.
Don't post that about yourself and then you're going to sit there and say you didn't do it. Those are yours. I don't know what Twitter is happening on these days. Like, what do you do on the Twitter? I guess it's like FO, the OFs. Did you get paid for that at least, Gypsy? Don't put yourself out there. You might as well make a couple bucks. Listen, I'm about to make a Twitter because I didn't know that we could do all that on theirs. Okay? You make the big bucks, I'm going to hop on it. Where the hell is Gypsy to help me learn the Twitters? Gypsy, this is going to keep happening. It wasn't me, but it's going to keep happening. I'm telling you. Christy has it out for you.
And the more she speaks, the more things don't seem to add up. The once affectionate, publicly loving couple now seems to be unraveling behind the scenes, with Gypsy's cryptic online behavior fueling the speculation even further. In her latest live stream, she admitted that even when she is at Ken's place, he barely spends time with her and the baby. According to her, Ken works all day, and when he comes home, he's so exhausted that he goes straight to bed.
Living in cutoff. I like living with my family, don't get me wrong, but it kind of sucks whenever you can't live with your partner and you guys share a kid together. So
that leaves Gypsy to handle everything alone, from feeding to soothing the baby throughout the night. The way she describes it, she's essentially already a single mother, one who has a partner that is physically present but emotionally and practically absent. This isn't just about missing a few diaper changes. It's about an overall lack of engagement. Babies grow quickly, and those early bonding moments are crucial. If Ken is continuously missing those opportunities, what does that say about his investment in this family? Parenthood isn't just about financial support.
days here at Ken's, but then I have to go back home, and then also it changes her environment. So like the first day, wherever I'm gonna be staying at, like if I'm staying my first night back in Cutoff, she's very.
It's about being there, sharing responsibilities, and showing up in meaningful ways. Right now, Gypsy's situation seems isolating, and people can't help but wonder why she's even going to Ken's place if he doesn't make time for them. Another major question that has emerged is about Ken's job. For someone who is supposedly always busy, there is surprisingly little known about where he actually works.
Environment, I call it. So it's like changing her from one crib to the crib that I have at home, and then come back here, and then I have a crib here for her. So it's a lot to adjust to.
In a small community where everyone seems to know each other's business, it's strange that no one has spotted him at a job. Could his supposed work schedule be nothing more than an excuse to maintain his distance while keeping up the illusion of commitment? If he was truly invested in this relationship and family, wouldn't he be making more of an effort to be there? A real partner, especially a new father, would prioritize his family over unexplained absences.
I have a crib here for her, so it's a lot to adjust to. Where it's Cutoff, Cutoff is like if you live in Louisiana, everybody knows where Homa is. So it's.
Adding to the speculation, Gypsy has confirmed that they are not married yet, and she didn't mention any future plans to be. In a recent podcast, she admitted that she's leaving the proposal up to Ken, but he continues to dodge the topic. That doesn't exactly scream commitment. If he had serious intentions, wouldn't he have already made a move? The fact that he avoids this conversation altogether suggests that he's either indifferent to the idea or actively avoiding tying himself down any further.
He couldn't afford to lick the street, let alone a basketball jersey. No job Cannon couldn't even pay someone to give him the blow as a job.
Could it be that Ken is simply waiting for the right moment to walk away? Or is he stringing Gypsy along, knowing that a sudden breakup could lead to another social media storm? Many now believe that Ken has already left, but they are keeping up appearances for the sake of their lifetime THV contract. If the show requires them to keep their relationship status under wraps, it would explain why Ken hasn't completely disappeared yet. Maybe once the show airs, he'll officially cut ties. If that's the case, how much longer can they keep up the act before the cracks become too obvious to ignore?
I'm serious. I mean, when I say Gypsy picked the winner, she picked the whole ass winner. Are we sure that's his baby? No, seriously, because I don't have much faith in No Job Ken. I mean, you know what? No Job.
This wouldn't be the first time Ken has walked away. Back when Gypsy was still incarcerated, he proposed to her, making it seem like he was in it for the long haul, only to call off the wedding at the last minute. His excuse: people in his life told him to leave Gypsy for her own good. But then what happened? He came back into her life while she was already married to Ryan, inserting himself into her world again, ultimately leading to the breakdown of her marriage. It seems like he wanted to be part of the story when it suited him, but retreated when it no longer served his interests.
I'm not gonna buy your car, okay? I'm not gonna take the golf cart because you need your job, okay? So I think you should stick with it, keep door dashing, doing what you're doing, and like I said, get out there, take the sunglasses off, take the hat off, flip it around backwards, show your face, Cannon.
And now, history seems to be repeating itself, except this time, there's a baby involved, making his potential exit far more complicated. At this point, Gypsy's social media activity is making it clear that something isn't right. Whether Ken has already left or is just waiting for the right time, it's obvious that this relationship isn't working. Her cryptic posts, sudden account changes, and attention-seeking behavior all point to distress.
Like 10-mile hairs on a golf cart, okay? You could go far. And you don't even need a license, Gypsy. You got a license for that golf cart? Probably not. It's like giving Happy Gilmore on a golf cart.
The more she shares, the clearer it becomes that she is struggling to navigate this new chapter, possibly feeling the weight of a relationship that seems to be slipping through her fingers. The question now is, what's next? If Ken is truly gone, how will Gypsy handle the breakup? Will she continue dropping cryptic messages and fueling speculation?
Break up again? Gypsy took to her ex account and posted some older pictures with hashtag Smegsy. This was before she announced that she would be shutting down the account and providing another link to follow her on.
Or will she finally address the situation directly? And perhaps the biggest question of all, was this inevitable from the very beginning? If so, what does that say about their relationship? Was it ever built to last, or was it always destined to fall apart under the weight of public scrutiny? The real question now is, what happens next? Will Gypsy continue using social media as an emotional outlet, dropping vague hints and cryptic messages to keep people guessing? Or will she finally address the situation head-on and give her audience the transparency they crave? And most importantly, was this relationship ever meant to last? Or was it doomed from the start?
Gypsy tends to do when things are not going well with a man. Remember when she told Nick John she wanted to meet up with Dan to hook up with them, presumably because Nick wasn't moving along as efficiently with Plan B, aka the unaliving, as she would have liked. There have been similar moments with Ryan and Ken, but with Ken, the most recent being
crumbling under the weight of public scrutiny and personal baggage. One thing's for sure, Gypsy knows how to keep the world watching. Whatever happens next, you can bet that she'll make sure everyone is paying attention. Thanks for tuning in. This situation with Gypsy and Ken is getting messier by the day, and honestly, it looks like there's way more going on behind the scenes than we even know. Do you think Ken has already walked away, or are they just keeping up appearances for the cameras? Let's talk about it in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I'll be keeping an eye on everything, so stay tuned for more. Until next time, take care and stay drama-free or not.